If you were with us this time yesterday, we were talking about the fact that two guys were struck by lightning while hiking on an Arizona mountain.
Yes.
Two guys that didn't even know each other.
No.
Hiking separately.
The chances, by the way, of that suck so bad.
Crazy. Now we get to hear from one of those guys. Here's the story. Let's see how they sound. From 12 News.
This was a first for me.
Oh.
By far.
Well, yeah.
And hopefully the last.
Scott Courtwright is probably one of the luckiest and unluckiest people you will ever meet.
Like I tell everybody, I'm glad just to be alive.
On Wednesday, Scott, who lives in Flagstaff, an avid hiker and archaeologist, decided to hike Humphreys Peak.
It was a beautiful morning, hardly any clouds in the sky.
He's hiked it before and started his journey at 7 in the morning after seeing that weather was supposed to roll in that evening. He made it all the way to the top in about 3.5 hours.
Some low clouds blew in and it started to snow a little bit, but it's just what you expect on that mountain.
It was at the top where he met John, who was visiting from Canada. He asked Scott if he could take his picture.
And I had taken his picture at the summit, and I'd walked back to my backpack, and I think I was kneeling down to get a drink and put my pack on when it happened.
It was at that moment Scott and John were struck by lightning.
There was no noise. I just woke up on my back, unable to move.
They were both unconscious for about 15 minutes. Can you even describe what it was like to be hit by lightning?
Complete total paralysis. My first memory was laying there and trying to lift my right arm. And I remember holding it up, and I thought I had broken my arm in half at the forearm. And I visually remember that when I tried to do that, my whole arm to me looked like a noodle. I could not feel my arm.
It was around this time when John woke up.
He was screaming, asking if someone else was there. And I let John know. I said, John, I'm here. We were struck by lightning.
Saying John was hit directly.
And I know that because
Oh,
his entire wardrobe was destroyed by the lightning strike. He was almost completely naked because the lightning had just destroyed his clothes.
Scott made his way to John, covering him up in extra jackets he had to try to keep him warm. Scott says John was shaking uncontrollably from the cold weather, brutal wind, as rain and hail hit them.
Jesus.
I was 110% in survival mode, devoting a lot of energy and just materials, to keeping John warm.
By a miracle, Scott was able to call 911 for help. But just looking at what they were going through, he knew a helicopter wouldn't be able to save them.
We were stuck at the summit for over 3 hours.
It was at that point when both tried to hike down the mountain themselves. But John could only make it so far.
He's like, I can't go anymore. I'm too tired. I'm afraid I'm going to pass out.
Scott then trekked a little further, finally able to meet with the Coconino County Sheriff's Search and Rescue Team, who took him down the rest of the way.
I can't explain how happy I was.
It was shortly after when crews were able to get to John and also bring him down. Both were taken to the hospital for treatment, Scott suffering multiple burns.
I have burns on both of my feet where the lightning bolt left my body, and those are pretty deep burns.
When I asked about John,
I texted him shortly before our interview here, and he says he's doing well, and they're looking at his burns.
Two strangers bonded by an incredibly rare experience, one that could have easily ended both of their lives. But Scott believes the only reason why they made it out of this alive is because they had each other.
If I hadn't been there and John was there by himself,
oh, he's dead.
He's gone.
It'd be a completely different outcome. And the same can be said for me. If John hadn't been up there and I was by myself and was struck, I probably would have died on there.
Well, yeah, because it would have got him directly.
Now, Scott tells me he went to the doctor today and he may have to have some skin grafts down the road depending on how his healing goes. But he also told me once he is fully recovered, he does plan on hiking Humphreys Peak again, but this time with absolutely no clouds in the sky.
Yeah. If Chuck ever does go hiking, he'll have 47 layers of clothes on.
Oh, yeah, just because he's not found nude on a mountain.
He does not want to be found nude.
I will have rubber underwear on. I will have rubber underwear on. That will not come off. Be like, but just throw me off the mountain. Just throw me off the mountain, please. Come on.
Dude, it blew your clothes right off.
Scott.
It blew your
Throw
clothes.
me off the mountain. do it. Just roll me to the edge and launch me, man. It's cold. I've got no clothes on.
It's hail. It's rain.
Get me
damp,
out of here.
shrinkage in full
Why
effect.
does it blow my
I
clothes
don't know, that
off?
poor guy. That
That poor Canadian guy.
Oh, my
Are they best
God.
friends now? Those two should be best friends,
You
right?
saved my life,
You've
right?
gone through something, yeah. You know,
And
you've
then you
gone through
warmed
something.
me and covered me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we're kind of dating after that, I think. You're kind of dating the guy. Well, you've seen me nude, so that's half.
You got that over
surprises.
with.
That's half the battle. You know what I'm dealing with.
Yep. You got the same stuff going
I've
on.
worn your jacket. I mean, that's a big step,
Yeah.
I feel like, you know? I mean, I don't know how many other men's jackets you've put on lately,
None.
but probably none.
None. Yeah.
You know?